What's up, party people? Android Stud here, and I have the HTC U11 Plus that I picked up almost 2 weeks ago. This is the ceramic black, as you can see, and I have the U11 HTC U11, and this is the blue. I apologize. I have a skin on this, so you can't see the beauty of it, but we all know how beautiful this phone is. So I just want to do a little comparison between the two and to see, if you have the U11, is it worth to upgrade to the U11 Plus? A couple things about the U11 Plus. The U11 Plus has the 18:9 aspect ratio. This is a 6-inch display, where the U11 you have a 5.5 16:9 display. These are both Super LCD displays, and I'm going to get into the displays a little bit here in a second. But the first thing I wanted to go over is some of the specs on the display for each one. As you can see, this is a 5.5 1440 by 2560. Like I said, Super LCD. The screen to body ratio on the HTC U11 is about 71%. And then on the HTC U11 Plus, it's a 6-inch display, 1440 by 2880 pixels. So a little more pixels there on that one. Super LCD, screen to body ratio is about 78%. So it's pretty good. And like I said, it has the new 18:9 aspect ratio on this display. So on this one you have the old display 16:9. A lot of people like this. Now as far as the displays are concerned, for whatever reason, the display on the U11 Plus seems just a little dim. Now I went into settings and I changed it to a more vivid screen because it was on the sGRB. So the screen looks like it's a little better, but I have this thing cranked 100%. And this is the U11 Plus. This is not cranked to 100%, and it's probably almost the same brightness. Now look, I'll crank this up to 100. Now look at the difference in the brightness. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the difference. There's a little bit of a difference. Just seems a little dimmer on this. I mean, it's helped that I've changed it to a more vivid display. But see, if you have this like on half, almost, how dim that is. And then if you go over here, this is the HTC U11. You're still a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but it just seems like this one's dim. That's the only thing about the HTC. It did help that I went in here. What I did is I went into the settings. I went into, where's my settings at? Yeah, I went into settings and I set this to vivid. They call on the HTC U11 Plus, they call it DCI-P3. So that helped it a little bit. So I mean, that's, just the display on this seems a little brighter, and on other phones it seems a little brighter than on the U11 Plus, but hey, what are you gonna do? Now as far as cameras are concerned, these both basically have the same cameras, and the cameras are excellent on these phones. They both have 12 megapixel cameras, dual LED flash. They both have 1.7 aperture. They both have OIS. They both have HDR. They could both do 4K video on the back, along with 1080p, 60 frames per second. They both can do slow-mo, 120 frames per second, 1080p. So you have Mac Daddy cameras. Now the difference is the front camera. The front camera on the HTC U11 Plus is 8 megapixel, but it has a panorama mode, like a wide angle when you want to take selfies. And if you check out my video of some of the pictures I did on my channel, you could see some of the wide angle selfies I took. Now this has a front facing camera 16 megapixel, but you can't do the wide angle selfie. So yeah, you have the advantage on this one that you could do wide angle, so that's kind of cool. So that's a little bit of an upgrade there. Now as far as hardware, these are both packing Snapdragon 835 processors. This one is 6 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes of storage. This one is 4 gigabytes of RAM with 4 gigabytes of storage. So a little bit of difference. They both have micro SD card slots. You could do up to 2 terabytes on this one. This one you can do up to 128 gigabytes of storage. So a little bit of a difference there. Now there's a big difference in the battery. The HTC U11 Plus has a much bigger battery. It has 30 milliamp battery, so it's pretty big. So the battery lasts pretty much all day, take you into the next day. The battery's pretty good. Not phenomenal as I thought it was going to be, having almost a 4,000 milliamp battery, but hey, it works pretty good. This one has a 3,000 milliamp battery. The battery's pretty good on the U11. I have no complaints about it. So as far as, let's see, the cellular, the U11 has a little more LTE bands than this one does. Just a couple, but I'm getting pretty good reception on both. I think I get better reception on the U11, this U11, than I do on the U11 Plus. Just a little bit, not by much. Some of the other features, I mean, as you can see, they're both running Android 8.0, and they're both rocking Sense. They both have the Edge launcher. If you could check that out. You got the Edge launcher there, and then on the U11 Plus, you have the Edge launcher there. So, I mean, they both have phenomenal cameras. They both have, I think the speakers on this U11 Plus are better. Just a tad better than this one on the U11. But not, you know, not by much. They both, I really like the speakers on this one. The speakers have good sound. They're clear. They're crisp, you know. They're loud. So I like that about the U11 Plus. Now, as far as price, for the HTC U11 Plus, you're looking at spending about $800, $850. Just depends. This is the 128 6 gigabyte model, so you're looking at around $800, and you have to import this. It's hard to get. Now, the HTC U11 is a little cheaper. You can get it in the United States. You can go to htc.com, buy it right there. I believe it's $649 or $599 right now. It has a $50 off coupon plus another $35. You could also find this on Swappa or even Amazon for cheaper, even around $500. So you're looking at about a $300 price point as far as the upgrade to get the 18:9 screen. So is it worth it? That you have to ask yourself. I believe it is, because you're upgrading to the newest tech, but that's just my opinion. When this came out, this was around, I guess, $650. So this was priced pretty good. This is a little higher probably because you have to import it. So it just depends. It depends what you want. But price is definitely a determining factor. Should you upgrade? I would, because I just like this form factor. I like the longer body on the U11 Plus. I didn't really care for this kind of squatty 16:9. I like 18:9. I'll admit it. I like 18:9 better. I like bezel-less design. This is not totally bezel-less, so it's almost like that happy medium between 16:9 and 18:9, because this is not like totally bezel-less like a S8 or a Essential phone. So between those two, yeah, I think it's a great upgrade. You know, you're gonna pay more money for this. It has a nice little, it has some new colors. It has the two blacks, and I think it has the amazing silver coming back. This also comes in amazing silver, sapphire blue, I think a red. The red is really hot. If you get your hands on a red one, you're doing good. But these are both excellent devices. I recommend them both. They're excellent cameras when it comes to video and taking pictures. The microphones are really good on it. So yeah, man, I kind of just wanted to go. They're basically the same phone, just the displays are different. And I think the U11's screen's a little brighter than the U11 Plus. But hey, at the end of the day, it's not a deal breaker. Man, I appreciate you guys watching. You got any questions about each of these devices, let me know, and I will try to answer the best I can, man. I'll catch you guys later.